Hello, 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 hello. Hey, friends. My name is Svava Brooks. I'm a trauma coach. And if you're here watching the replay, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you taking a minute to listen and learn. Otherwise, if you are here live, please say hello. Please let me know that you're here so I can welcome you and celebrate you. What are we up to here on our channel? Releasing Your Authentic Self. We are working our way through my book, one page, one day at a time. I have a closed Facebook group where members share, where I post the page of the day, and then the community shares the journal entries. So twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I love to hang out here online with my community or anybody that is looking for healing, support, recovery after child abuse, trauma, or neglect. So I welcome any questions about trauma, anything along those lines, we welcome. And if I don't know the answer to it, I will turn it to the community. And if they don't have it, I'm sure we can dig up the right answer. But I know you will feel the love and care support and the caring support in this community. So thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by. But if you're here watching live, please say hello. Hey, Sue. Hey, friend. Yeah, you heard Roxy in the background. Yes, that's the doggy ears whipping around. So how are you doing, Sue? It's round 3, right? I've seen you quite a bit today. How's the weather in UK right now? Is it still coming down? Rainy, snowy, stormy? It's been a busy day. I've had a couple of live streams today. Glad to be here with you guys. Glad to be here with you. Just wrapped up. I was super excited. I just wrapped up today. 5-day self-compassion challenge, and it went super well. It was so very well received, super excited, and my favorite topic, and that's why I'm also happy to be talking about this today. Talk about it a lot, right? So important that we learn to support ourselves. Most important person in all of our lives that we should be mindful of supporting is ourselves, right? Isn't that the truth? You're doing okay. It's very, very windy. All right. Well, I hope you don't have to go anywhere this evening. I just saw some Snapchats from my friends in Iceland. Our friend Ingi Björk, she was doing some chats near where we stayed when we were in Iceland, Sue. And it was just beautiful. There's snow everywhere, but it was very calm, clear, beautiful, sunny day. So only bed, there you go. That's good. Good. So you're taking it easy. Taking it easy. Hey, Wanda. Hey, friend. How are you doing? And just so you guys know, I got Periscope here, YouTube over there. I'm doing my best to navigate the conversation in 2 places, but I think I'm doing pretty good considering I'm getting the hang of it. I think I'm getting the hang of it. So I welcome any comments, questions about healing and recovery. And if you're just here needing some support, if you're struggling, that's okay. That's okay too. We welcome that too. Most of us struggle way too much on our own. So having a safe place where we can just show up and be seen. Yes, life can be hard at times. And it's way harder when we struggle and when we're alone. And unfortunately, when we're hurting, we tend to isolate. So we welcome anyone, anybody, all are welcome, all are welcome. Yes, Sue, it was lovely. It was lovely. So it's been a while since I've been thinking. I can't remember the last time I was in Iceland when there was snow there. It's been a few years. It's been a few years. So, but a couple of you were on the live chat with me earlier today. The topic today is, right, self-compassion, self-compassion, self-compassion. So it's going to feel a little bit of repeat, but I think this topic cannot be repeated often enough. Yes, you're going right to bed after this, of course. Thanks, Wanda, for sharing pictures with us today. Loved seeing your new hairdo. Love that. Hey, Michelle, no worries. Hey, Michelle, glad that you're here. Hey, everybody, please welcome Michelle. I'm so glad that you're here. We're just chit-chatting, just connecting. Wanda says, I fell asleep after I typed that I felt relaxed and just waking up. I declare I'm going to figure out how to turn your voice and energy into spray and sell. I'll give you a percentage. Well, maybe that's what we'll do today. I was just thinking about it. I was leading a group today on Facebook Live through a body scan meditation, a mindfulness practice. And I think the overall theme, asking people for feedback afterwards was that people felt very relaxed. So I'm so happy that you got to rest, that it just put you to sleep. Hey, Ricky. Hey, friend. Because, right, often we don't get enough rest. Our bodies do not get enough rest. So I'm happy to hear that, Wanda. Definitely, let's figure that out. Let's figure that out. Well, and you know where to find some of my meditations, some of them online. So, oh, you haven't been sleeping well. Well, I hear you. I hear you. Sleep is sometimes, right? We struggle with sleep. But we'll take it when we can get it. Oh, you use them all the time. Good. Hey, Ricky. Michelle, your computer and connection seem delayed. All right. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm glad that you're here. Glad that you're here, my friend. Glad that you are here. And I'm glad to hear you guys are doing meditation, because you know what? Next year is a new year, and I'm going to be pushing you guys a little harder. I'm going to be a little tougher. No, I'm just joking. But I really want to encourage you to do more meditation, because I don't know where I would be without meditating. Some days I meditate twice, in the morning and then in the evening. The morning meditation is to clear the brain before the night chatter or the engine likes to just start up the minute I wake up. So I get my coffee. Actually, I always start with a glass of water. I get my coffee, 1 cup of coffee, and then I will sit down and meditate for 20 to 30 minutes. And then I will usually journal a little bit, write down my gratitude list, because no matter what, I always have something to be grateful for. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Cindy. Glad that you're here. And after, my clearing my head, my day is better, right? It's like I've taken out some of the voices, the inner chatter. I've managed to turn that off or put it to the side. It's like, no, you're not driving the bus today. I'm leading from the heart today. I'm driving this bus today. I'm in charge. I'm the grown-up. I'm going to be the one engaging with the outside world today. So Yes, sending you hugs. Absolutely. So let me set up our conversation today. And just to those who are popping in, and again, to our Periscope viewers, I got Periscope going and YouTube. I'm doing my best to navigate the conversation in both places. I am setting up the conversation from the topic of the day from my book, Releasing Your Authentic Self. Book is available on Amazon or Kindle. I'm going to read a little paragraph from the book, and in our closed Facebook group, a couple of our group members have given me permission to share their journal entry, and then it's open to you guys. If you want to make a comment, obviously, or ask a question, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear from you and support you in any way that we can. So every part of you, you, my friend, and you, my friend, every part of you, even your imperfections, deserve to see the light. Anybody here have some imperfections that they've gotten really good at hiding? That was me. Recover here, right? Really good at hiding my hurt, my shame, my secrets, growing up with abuse and trauma, thinking I was the bad one, that it was all my fault. Good, Cindy. Glad to hear you're better. Yep, Wanda's with me. Anybody else? There you go. Sue is commenting here. She says, interesting that what I wrote today was totally different from last year. Not always the case. Interesting, right? Interesting. You have come a long ways in a year. Long ways. And I want to celebrate you, my friend. You have chipped at it. One page, one pen stroke at a time, one breath sometimes at a time. So let me finish here. Every part of you, even your imperfections, deserve to see the light. But those imperfect parts can't be truly seen until they have your compassion for existing. When they know that they are loved like all of your other people, you live authentically, proud and loving everything you are, right? The name of my book, Releasing Your Authentic Self. Really, isn't that so much what the healing journey is about? We have put all kinds of layers, all kinds of protections, masks, identities, habits, right? All brilliance strategies, all brilliant survival strategies, coping mechanism, all of it, right? None of it to be judged or punished. All of it is done in service of survival. And some of it we didn't really even have a choice, right? It happened so long ago. Perhaps you were a child, right? And how our body responds when it's hurt, it disconnects. It disconnects, literally, to keep you safe. So as we are healing ourselves, we have to come back to ourselves, back into our bodies, reconnect with our hearts, reconnect with our spirits, reconnect to the truth of, wait a minute, who am I? Who am I? So who are you? Today, apply self-compassion to those parts of yourself you might still be hiding from everyone else. And let's find out. Because the part of our healing journey, it's like the first part of us healing is accepting what happened to us and telling our stories. And the first person that we kind of come clean about or we come out to is ourselves. Make sense? Sometimes the parts that we are even more hidden from ourselves than they are from other people, from others. It's kind of interesting. So anyways, I'm going off on a little tangent here, but So when you apply self-compassion to one part of yourself, you have always kept hidden. Who are you? That's one of the questions. And I'm going to pull up here. There's two questions. When you apply self-compassion to another part of yourself that you've always kept hidden, who are you? So another way to ask this question, right? What is a part that you are now getting in touch with? As you heal, like we're like onions, we peel one layer at a time. Is there a part of yourself that you have recently discovered that perhaps you didn't know was there? Or you knew it was there, you just weren't ready to address it, accept it, see it, hold it, to feel it, to embrace it, to bring you back into wholeness. And again, there are no shoulds. Absolutely not. The most important part of the healing journey is that you honor this is your journey. This is your process and your timing. So Sue shared with us, and feel free to type up your comments or shares. Sue shared with us, for me, it is not so much about parts I've knowingly kept hidden. I think it's more about the ones that I'm becoming more aware of. I hear you, Sue. I hear you. And thanks, Wanda. I appreciate you sharing that. Sue goes on to share, there is the part of me that drives me, wants me to get on with it, to get things finished, to achieve. It's the part of perfectionism, I think, that doesn't want to let me rest until I feel like I have done enough. Oof, right? And are you ever done, Sue? I know I'm chuckling, but seriously, I know that drill. Oh my gosh, I used to wear myself out because it was never enough. No matter how hard I worked, it was never good enough, or done enough, or this enough, or that enough, right? I hear you, Sue. So just that is a huge awareness. Like when that starts to happen in the inner dialogue, then you know who is taking the seat, who has slid into the driver's seat. Is like, all right, we're going to keep driving this bus until we are enough, even if it takes us off the cliff, right? It can feel crazy making sometimes, right? So she goes on to say, struggled with that all week. I hear you, Sue. I hear you. I absolutely hear you on that one. But we talked earlier, and I think you gained a huge awareness around it this week. So I can see why you're writing about it today. So yes. So I'm going to finish here. Thank you, Ricky, for sharing. I really appreciate it. Sue goes on to say, but I know why it's here, and it needs reassuring that it's okay, right? The part of you that doesn't think it's enough, it wants to keep working hard at being better or whatever enough. It doesn't have to be perfect or even work hard to be acceptable and loved. It is good enough right now, just as it is. And that would be my question to all of you. Can we find that place? Can we find that peace, even if just in this moment for a minute? Am I good enough right here, right now, just as I am? Right? I don't have to do anything to be acceptable or to be loved. Just notice. She also goes on to say the other part I'm noticing more is the one that flies into a panic whenever it feels I can't cope with something. That part needs reassuring too, that it is safe, that I won't force it to do anything or it is ready. It needs to know that it's loved and accepted, even feeling the way it does. And that is not bad or wrong for feeling it. Yes, Sue, exactly. Right, when that one comes up, and we all have them, it's a moment by moment, right? It's a moment by moment. All right, Sharon, so glad you're here. Thanks for letting me know. Hey, Wesley. And lastly, Sue shares with us, in fact, for both of these parts of me, it's about accepting me without condemning myself and loving myself just as I am at this moment in time. Beautiful. Beautiful, Sue. Beautiful, right? You're recognizing even this past week was hard. A lot of struggle. We could even label some of that was suffering. Like we've been talking about self-compassion, and one of the components of self-compassion is to recognize that humans struggle. Life is struggle, right? Life is suffering. It doesn't mean that we're bad. Exactly. Take away from earlier. Yeah, exactly. But what we tend to do when we struggle or suffer, we almost turn on ourselves and make it even worse. We abandon ourselves, reject ourselves, don't show up for ourselves, don't want us to, express our feelings, don't want us to express the truth. And again, there is a good reason. There's a good reason for why that is hard for us, right? It was not learned. We did not learn how to do this. We didn't see anybody else do this. No one supported us in this way. So it makes sense that we are like, no, I don't need anything from you, and I'm not going to need anything from myself. I'm just going to cut it all off. I'm just going to avoid, right? Avoid, repress, or distract. I know I'm being very direct, my friends. I know I'm being very direct. So please apply self-compassion to yourself right now. Be gentle with yourselves, my friend, right? Because we are all learning how to make some important shifts. Wanda says here, I hide my vulnerable. It's the part I hide my vulnerability. It's the part that I am slowly learning not to be angry with and no longer blame it or consider weak. Still working on that part. It is scary though. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, Wanda, right? So now that you are recognizing that big, scary, overwhelming part, right? That actually is a part of you, something that lives inside of you. But since we didn't get support in and talking about hard things, feeling hard feelings, no one showed us that it was okay to allow ourselves to fall apart, to feel the hurt, then that's not something we're going to feel comfortable with or safe doing. And then we create this inner struggle, this inner opposition. I need this, but no, you're not allowed to need this. I want support, but I can't want it. I want love, but I'm afraid of it. And so much of the back and forth, right, is between parts inside of us. But here's the thing, right? once we understand, now I understand why I was so hard on myself. I understand. And now that I know that learning how to listen to this part of me, yes, this part that may be hurt and even angry at me, because it feels neglected by me. I can apologize. I can, show up, do the best I can to just like, I'm scared, but I'm showing up. I'm going to come and sit and listen. I don't know what else to do, because I think this is important. I think you are important to me. So, all right, Sue, I think you're not alone in that. The YouTube's giving you guys some trouble with the signal. So thank you for sharing that, Wanda. I know you are working hard on that, my friend. You're doing a beautiful job. You are doing a beautiful job. And Ricky says here, learning to do what is right for me, even when others try to shame me or expect more. I hear you. I hear you. Absolutely. Right? To set a boundary. It's like, no. Right? That's practicing self-compassion. Recognizing, right? Respecting yourself, taking really good care of yourself, recognizing, no, there's only so much I can give, only so much that I can, do. And yes, it's hard to let people down. It's hard to say no, especially if it wasn't safe to say no. But it's a skill that, right, if we didn't learn it growing up, that we can practice as grown-ups, practice with safe friends, get some support from a life coach or your therapist or your friends or your peers, and recognize, no, I'm going to speak up, right? No, thank you. And no is a complete sentence too, right? That's something especially hard for women. So, hey, Michelle, I have so much to say, and that is exactly what I have done. Isolated myself completely. I hear you, Michelle. I only trust my dogs at this point. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I know you've been going through a lot lately, my friend. So I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're here. Yes. Yes. So keep coming here, Michelle. This is a beautiful group of really beautiful souls that are safe and supportive. And we are glad that you're here. We are glad that you're here. Even on the days where all you do is listen. It's like, I'm not participating, I'm not sharing or whatever. I'm just going to be in this space. So we are glad that you are here. We see you. We hear you. We feel you. And actually with that, as I'm sitting here with my hand on my heart, I'm actually feeling called just to send some love out to you guys. And all you have to do is to say yes, because I'm going to send you guys some Reiki, because that universal love, healing energy, that healing light can help soothe our hearts, help our bodies to calm down, help our nervous system to feel a little peace. So if you want to receive a little bit of that, just sit back. Of course, if you're driving, be careful. Don't close your eyes. So I am just going to be quiet here for a minute. And I apologize. I think you guys can hear the laundry going on in the background. Not a good timing, but hey, life happens while we do our live streams, right? So, but just take a couple of deep breaths wherever you are at. Actually, do one more really deep cleansing breath. Just allow yourself to relax. Sit back in your chair. And like I said, all you have to do in your mind's eye, you don't even have to say it out loud. Just say, yes, I am ready to receive some Reiki. And the washer here in the background is doing its job to spin it up for us. Okay, good, Cindy. I'm glad to hear it, that you can hear it. Good. And while the Reiki is flowing, do yourself a favor. We did a body scan today, and I'm going to invite you to do another body scan now. Just quickly check in with your body, starting with your feet. Touch in with the bottom of your feet. Notice the bottom of your feet as they are standing or resting on the floor that is supported by Mother Earth. It is so important for humans to be grounded, to feel grounded. So just take a minute to notice and even acknowledge in your mind's eye, in your mind, that you are supported by Mother Earth every day, every step of every day. You don't have to ask. You don't have to question. She meets you every step of every day. There she is, there she is, there she is. And she holds you with her energy, gravity. And with that, just move your intention and your attention up your feet top of your feet and up your legs. Just quickly stop in each spot, just giving it a quick attention. Just acknowledge your body. Be grateful for your body. With your focused attention, you are actually directing the energy that you're receiving from here. So work your way all the way up through your torso. And if there is part of your body that you're feeling extra tense, not in your stomach or weight on your shoulder, just make a note of it. Just make a note of it. By making a note of it, you are comforting yourself. And you are directing this flow of energy, this universal love that's coming your way to the parts in your body where it's most needed. Your shoulders, your neck, your head. Now I want to invite you to ask your body. Ask your body, what does it need from you now? Just drop in that question and just pause and wait for the answer. And when you got your answer, I want you to take 2 deep cleansing breaths. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Move your neck, your shoulders. Come back right here, right now. That was lovely. This is my favorite part about doing Reiki. You get some and I get some. I could have sat here for a while. Oh, that was so lovely. How was this? What did you hear? What did you notice? Yes, we're meditating. Any comments? Good for the soul. Yes, Michelle. Very good for the soul. So I want to tell you, friends, that coming back to this video and watching this again, when you need it, you will still feel it. The energy will be activated again and again and again if you come back and watch. So anybody get any words or thoughts or suggestions from our bodies about what our body needs? What does your body need from you now? or whatever else you noticed. Nice, Wanda. But scary because when addressing what does my body need, the answer was to relax. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, our bodies are so tired. Our bodies are so tired, my friends. I hear you. Exactly. Now that you guys are tired. Now that you guys are tired, right? I helped you guys lower the stress in your body. And sometimes when we relax, then we feel, oh my God, I had no idea how tired I was. Sue is now trying to stay awake. Well, you'll sleep well tonight, my friend. She's in UK, so it's midnight there. Relax, not really sure what that looks like. Seriously, Wanda. Well, now you had an experience of that today. You are experiencing relaxation. Let's see, Cindy says, when it was quiet, I could hear it, but no big deal. Thank you, Svava. I was holding tension in my neck. Good. You're welcome, friend. I am just glad that it helped all of us down-regulate our nervous system a little bit, because us as humans, we are up here a lot, working way too hard, pushing way too hard, trying to do too much, shooting ourselves, right? Ugh. So please, my friends, if you can, give yourself the gift of relaxing. Huge gift. Helping our bodies to find our path to activate the parasympathetic part of our nervous system that gets us into rest and digest. When we are in rest and digest, that is when our bodies regenerate, right? Our cells, our bodies are brilliant. They are healing machines, but it's so hard for them to do their job because, unfortunately, many of us live with toxic stress that we don't know and aren't supported in relaxing and letting go. So you guys are not alone, not alone. Michelle says, my fears seem to lodge in my neck and stomach. Absolutely. That makes sense, Michelle. That's, your psoas, your fight or flight muscle, right down here, connected to your other brain, which is our gut. And then when our psoas and our stomach, we protect ourselves, it goes right up into our shoulders and neck. And then we hold ourselves like here, right? So do our best to stretch, move the body, help it to receive the signal. No, we're okay now. I'm not under attack. I'm safe right here, right now. We can relax now. Yes. Raki, I need to do things slowly at my pace and to not rush myself. Absolutely. Absolutely, Raki. And again, you're not alone. Most of us are operating 2 gears faster than we should. So meaning, and I'm not shooting you, I'm suggesting that we find a way to, okay, how can I calm down? How can I step back a little bit? Go at a more manageable pace. So even when the world is running around like a chicken with their head cut off, right? Not a pretty saying at all, but how can we, like Ricky, you said earlier, choose to say, no, doesn't work for me. No, I'm going to go at my pace, right? So important. Hey, everyone, stay on course. Keep going, starting over, never give up. Thank you, friend. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the healing journey. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Well, I pulled a card for us today, like I always do. And this one is beautiful, as always, these cards. One day she woke up and understood everything is a gift, and so is she. I just talked about this. I'll show you guys here in a minute. So who needed a gentle reminder that you are a gift? And really everything is a gift. We have lots of reasons to practice mindfulness. Practice mindfulness, practice gratitude. And remember, right, the gift, you are the gift. You are the gift where life is expressed through, right? You're it, my friends. Your body, your heart, your spirit. Wanda says, Svava, any suggestions on how to relax my body? My daughter took a picture of me sleeping, and I realized even in my sleep, my shoulders are high up. Wanda, there are a number of ways, right? When we have complex trauma, we have to go very, very slow when working with our bodies, because when we've been living like this or protecting ourselves for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, when we are suggesting to the body that it relax and stretch, that's not going to feel safe to the body in the beginning. It's going to fight you on doing that. So I would suggest, you're doing so much already, my friend, but if you could do gentle, even yoga stretches, very simple, slow yoga stretches. Be very intentional. While, you know, a lot of the workouts that we do, we just kind of get in a groove and we're doing it and we maybe not even paying attention, but doing something that is very, very intentional. Even if it's just to put your hands out in the morning and do some, you know, arm circles, just really feel your arms, notice the circles, notice the muscles, notice the hands, right? Just really go slowly and intentional, because you are literally bringing life back into your body. Swimming definitely helps, but I'm inviting, you know, Wanda to do movement where she's very mindful of how her body is responding to it. So, and the good news is right now you can find all kinds of YouTube videos that help around stretching. But swimming is definitely one of the better exercises for the shoulders. So, but if it's you know, body posturing around protecting and keeping ourselves safe, then it would be great if you added to your self-care routine some kind of, you know, intentional movement that, you know, you're putting your body in a posture that signals to the brain that, you know, you're safe. You are safe. Physiotherapy stretches, they would be good too, Ricky. Absolutely. Absolutely. And stretching your psoas muscles, some of the stretches that we did in Texas when we met there together for, you know, hamstring, hip flexors, a lot of those are really good as well, because often our upper body is connected to the lower body, and sometimes the tension or the reaction starts down below and then it goes up into our shoulders. Michelle, I sleep with my hands clenched so tightly that I wake up in pain from my hands and my arms falling asleep. Wow. I hear you, Michelle. Well, be gentle with yourself, my friend. Be gentle with yourself. Now that you're aware of it, right? Now that you're aware of it, is there any way you could, right? One of my favorite ways to do self-compassion is to run my hands down my shoulders. This actually activates in your nervous system the feel-good hormones, the care network, so to speak, in your body. And in the beginning, this may not seem like much or feel like much. But if you can do a little bit of these until you start to feel them and notice how your body starts to relax and slow the breath. It all makes a difference. It all makes a difference. Well, thank you, friends. This was great. We just talked about relaxing, slowing down today. Because so much of the healing journey, you know, accepting ourselves, accepting our parts, is accepting our bodies. So important. Accept our bodies, being kind to our bodies. That's right, Cindy. Play around with, you know, I know melatonin works for a lot of people. So, and in any states where hemp oil is approved, CBD, you know, plain CBD oil helps a lot of people calming down their nervous systems. Our nervous system respond to CBD oil. So, well, my friends, thank you so much again for being here, for showing up and supporting each other. Have a beautiful weekend. That's right. It's the same. It's the oxytocin. There you go, Cindy. That's the feel-good hormone. So I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. Remember, get out in nature, do something that sparks joy, rest. Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that, Michelle. I'm so glad that you're here, sweet friend. I know you're going through a really hard time, but I'm so glad that you're here. So glad you're here because you are not alone. You're not alone. So I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, have a beautiful weekend. And if you're curious and would like a copy of my book, Releasing Your Authentic Self, you can find a copy on Amazon or Kindle, and you can learn more about my private coaching or how to join some of our online groups at my website, svavabrooks.com. Thank you so much, friends. See you next time. Bye now. Take good care.